Hi everyone, so you just saw the video to preparing the nail before you apply the acrylic. So what you need here, you need some paper towel to clean, and then you need your acrylic liquid. I use Sheba nails. It's from eBay. It's an odorless acrylic because I don't like the smell. It makes me really wheezy from asthma, and it just gives me a headache and stuff. So this is odorless. It does have it smells kind of like pepper if you don't sneeze. But it has that scent. And it looks like this. And I got it off of eBay. This is I think it's an 8 ounce. It's an 8 ounce. But I got the 16 ounces, so 2 of these. And I got it for like 25 bucks. And it comes with, you can get the acrylic for it and things like that. But I use this one. Usually you're not supposed to mix products because you don't get the best application. So I try not to, but when I run out of other stuff and I have to use everything else, I just use this. I prefer this because the smell is just 10 times better. This is the acrylic powder that I get from a local, it's not local, but it's a beauty supply store. Yes Beauty. And I think it was $8.99 for this. It was 2 ounces. It's a natural color. It works good. So you need that, and then you need a brush. So this is a brush that I got from there too. It's an acrylic brush. It's a number 5. I would like more control in my brushes. When it's a big brush, I don't feel like I can control it and put it where I need it and clean up areas that I need to. So that's the brush I use. It's a number 5. I think it's a sable brush. I think it's a nice brush. Anyway, and it actually cost me only $1.99. So I love that stuff. Anyway, so we already prepped, dehydrated, and put the primer on the nail. So what you want to do is take your acrylic, you dip your brush in, make sure your brush doesn't have any clumps in it, or if it does, you clean it off. And you take your liquid, you take a bead. Don't dip your brush. Oh, you guys can't see. Don't dip your brush. Don't smash your brush. Don't do all that craziness. Just take your brush and just slide it across to pick up any of the acrylic. Okay. Wait till it gets to a nice consistency. If it's really white and powdery, that means it's dry, and then you need to put more liquid. So you just put it on top, not on the cuticle, away from the cuticle, and then you just push it up towards the cuticle, but not to the cuticle, towards the cuticle. See that? And you just want to make sure that you pat it and get it into the sides without making it run onto the cuticle, onto the skin. Okay? So you just want to do that, and then you just bring it down. On the sides. Make sure it's not dripping. But can you see how it's not on the cuticle? It's right below it. That helps with the lifting. If it's on the skin, when it finally comes off the skin, it lifts the nail, and then you have nasty lifting, and then the nail comes off. So just make sure that when you put it on, it's not on the cuticle. It's close to it, but not on it. And don't touch the cuticles, the liquid and stuff. Okay, then you take another bead, again, and you take the bead, you slide the brush down. You don't dunk it, you don't roll it, you don't completely douse it with powder, and then you wait till it's a nice consistency again, and then you place it on the stress area. that's where it's more likely to break in that area, which is probably where the natural nail meets the tip. So you want to make sure that area is really supported. So you just want to place it there and then bring it down. But when you bring it down, try not to completely take all the acrylic off that you just put on. You just want to gently, make sure it's in shape and everything. But don't go like this and take all of it off, because then you just wasted a whole bunch of acrylic that you just put on and then you took it off. So you just make sure it's nice and clean. You can pat the area down where they meet, the top and the bottom meet. That way it's not such a visible, sharp line. Clean the sides. If you have to, clean the top, but right now I don't. And then you take a third bead. The flying hand's really annoying. Take your third bead. Make sure it's not too wet and not too dry. So it should be that consistency right there. It's not dripping off the brush, but it's not really powdery and white. And then you place that right on the third section. So we're doing sections of 3. And you just pat it up a little bit. You don't want to do too much maneuvering of the acrylic, because then you get air bubbles. Mostly in gel you get air bubbles. Okay? And you just then you want to push down, so that way you get acrylic on the edge. Clean it up. Make sure your side, see how the side here, it's, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like tip, there's no acrylic. So right now we're just going to pat it down. It's a lot, you're not going to hold your client's finger like this, because their fingers attach to their whole hand. That's the thickness. Not that many people like it that thick. Thicker than this. Some people do. They like it really chunky. So for the sides, let's say you missed, like I did, you missed a little bit on the sides. You just take a little bit on your brush and then place it on the side where you're missing some. But clean the skin so there's none on the skin. And that way you have it and it's not going to lift off or break or chip. We're going to do it on the other side. And then if you want to, you can add a top layer, just in case you have a lot of lines or ridges on it. Or if you want it just a little bit thicker, so you just put that little bit on top. And then you just bring it down.
Hey, Mommy.
Hi, Dad.
What's up?
Doing a tutorial.
Who?
Doing a tutorial on nails for the computer.
Oh, cool.
Alright.
Let me know so that way I can put it up on my.
So now the nail is covered. So you just want to wait for it to dry. If you do all 10 fingers, by the time you're done with the other fingers, it should be dry already. So make sure it's dry. See how it's really glossy and stuff? I want to get like a matte. So we're just going to let that dry for a little bit. Now, to clean off your brush, so this is the liquid, right? You don't want to dip it and squish the brush all up in there. Don't do that, because then you'll mess up the hairs on the brush. You just want to dip it in there. If you have to, wipe on the sides. And then take the paper towel and then just push it down. And then go on both sides. That was my dad, by the way. He came over from work, so I'd say hi. So you see the brush, it's nice and clean. If because when you first do them, you will get acrylic everywhere. It's no doubt about it. I have acrylic all the way up here. Like, it goes places. It runs, and when it's not your day, it's not your day. And it just runs all over the place, and you can't get anything right, and it's just annoying. So if that happens, or if you clean it but you forget a spot and it ends up getting really dry and clumps of acrylic are on it, stuck, don't take anything and start scraping it. You take your brush and you get like a little dish. This is a shot glass. You get a little bit, and you put the acetone, and then you just leave it in there. Let it sit in there. You don't dip it and squish it. No, just let it sit in there for like about 5 minutes or so. If it's really bad, longer. But when you take it out, you do the thing again with the paper towel and clean it. And if it's still on it, you leave it in there a little bit longer. The bigger the brush, the more clumps you might have, the more you're gonna have to wait. But it really doesn't take that long. If you do leave it overnight, I don't suggest that, because then when you leave it overnight, it will sit in the cup and it will do this. And then when you get it, it's gonna be dry and stuck like that. And then it's really hard to get it back into place. There's some brush. It's called brush goop. And I don't know if I can find it. I actually got it at Hobby Lobby. It's for like paintbrushes. It's pink soap brush cleaner, and you can clean it. It's like soap, but then you can put it on and mold your brush to the way you want it, and then it stays like that. So this helps. It's $2.49 at Hobby Lobby. So brush is clean, so you can put it back. Cover up your monomer. Make sure you change your monomer once in a while, at least once a week. If you use it and you keep it in the dish. Some people, they just take a little bit and put a little bit in those little dampened dishes, and then they just use it like that. That way they don't have to waste any. That's a good idea, but I don't have one right now. Actually, yes I do, I just bought one. But, you know, I have it in there right now. We're going to use what's in there. Just don't let it sit there for too long, because it loses its potency, and then it won't hold, like anything. If it sits there too long, it's just not as strong as it was. And then it gets dirty and changes color, and it's just not pretty. So the acrylic liquid that I have, the Shove On Nails one, there's one thing about it. It is odorless, so the room doesn't smell like acrylic, like that strong chemical smell, but there is a tacky layer, so like it's kind of sticky. Like gel, it stays sticky. So you have to take that off with alcohol. It's just like doing gel, but you have to take that off with alcohol. That's tacky layer. So I have some here. And you just put it on a pad. You can put it directly on the nail if you want to. Okay. And then you just wipe the nail. There will be, sometimes you'll get like pieces, chunks out. See? Then it looks kind of rough. That's why you have to file it. But there is a layer that stays on top of the nail. So now it looks kind of weird. It's kind of ugly when you take it off. But that's how it is. So. You let that dry for a little bit. Just while the nail's drying. I have this, just bought this cuticle. No, I didn't buy it, just buy it. But, it's the Pro FX cuticle remover. Got it at Walmart. I think it was like $5. And I've had it for a bit. I just said I bought it. I don't know why I said that, but I've had it for a bit, and I've used it on myself many times, my mother many times, other people many times, and I've only used up to about here. And it was up to here, and I used only up to here. And it's been a while, and I've used it on pedicures, manicure. I've done it. It's the salon, so it's big. It's thick. It's not like the liquidy ones that you put it on and it slides right off. It doesn't help much. This sticks and it stays on there. So I love this thing. It's $4.95. I don't know if I can find it anymore. I haven't checked really. But, if there's any more, I haven't checked. I don't know. That's stuff on my nails. Make sure if you have your own tips on and you do it, don't get stuff on your nails. Okay, so the nail's kind of dry now. So you get your file. And again, you file the side walls and make sure they're straight. It's harder to do it the other way. Make sure you get under here, you pull the skin down, and you get underneath the nail. And you go at like an angle, and you take off any that's extra underneath, because usually the acrylic slides and it goes down into that, and then you have little like peaks of acrylic, and that's annoying. So you just file that down, Then you take the other side and you file it. This side's really... Alright. So file the sides. You can, if you don't have a file, then electric file, you can just file the top. You don't have to worry about, make sure when you do it, don't touch the skin, and try not to stay in one spot like for too long, because it will feel heat. So you just want to keep moving around. Make sure everything is off. It doesn't get hot on you. So you just want to file it, make it a nice pretty shape. Like this side is a little bit wider, so I just want to make sure everything is even. It looks like a natural, it doesn't look crazy. Okay, and then you file the front so it's a perfect square, because sometimes when you put the acrylic, it gets lumpy down there. So just file it, keep shaping it. So this is the hand file. It's pretty good. And then with the electric file, you just go around the cuticle area, around it, not on it, and then you just the barrel of the nail. When you're looking at the barrel of the nail down this way, if you see like huge ridges and stuff, then you know you gotta file it more. But this one's pretty good. I'm just gonna make sure everything is completely leveled. You can go down the barrel like this, so you look down the nose this way, and you just make sure everything is nice and even. You can do this way. Some people break it up into like zones, like zone 1 is the tip of the thing up here, and then zone 2 is here, and that confuses me. I just try not to hurt and make sure everything's nice. So it's got a nice shape on it. There's some nasties down here, some runaways down here. Then you take the smoother side, and you can you go down this way, and then you just go up, and then you take away any of the sharpness that's down there that you can scratch it with. So there it is. It's nice. There's a little lump right here, and I don't like it, so I'm going to file it off. So then what you do after you file that, you buffer with a buffer. Now there's different buffers, like the orange, this one won't beat up, at least this much. This is a smoother buffer. It's a mid to fine, medium to fine, and then this one is a medium to coarse. So the purple one, this is at Sally's, so I don't know if all the other ones. And I have a blue one that's really, really fine. It's really, really fine. Fine to, it's just fine. So these are ones, but use the orange one. Or you can use the one that has all different settings like this. A lot of people use this. I use these on manicures. This one. This one has 7 sides. Okay, so you just want to go over the nail, take off any lines, any imperfections. So you just want to go over it, go underneath. Any sharp edges, make them smooth. Do the front. Make sure that this here is not sharp, that it can scratch. So now it's smooth and polished. Okay. There it is. Then you take the dust off again. Now there is some, people say things about washing your hands. So before you do that, you put oil on it, on the cuticle area. I'll throw it open. Put oil. Really cute. And just massage it into the cuticles that I'm nicking. Well, that's this down here. And massage it in there. Make sure you get all the dryness out because your cuticles have been through hell just now. So you just rub it in there real nice. And see how it's so much smoother? Now, some people say wash your hands, some people say don't wash your hands. It's up to you if you want to wash your hands. I wash my hands. I don't see a problem with it. But, you know, there's people that say not to wash your hands because then the water can get in and make it lift. But it shouldn't because you just did them. I don't know. Woo! Some people say it's because the acrylic is not fully dry. So it can, I don't know. I wash my hands. If you don't want to wash your hands, that's fine. That's on you. But I wash mine. And nothing really happened to me. So you take some alcohol. You wipe down the nail so that way you can paint it or do whatever you want with it. I'm just gonna put clean on it for now. Okay, just wipe it down. This is the Neutral Nail High Gloss. I love this top coat. It's really shiny. It makes everything really shiny. And you just top it off. Cap the free edge. Let them dry. If it's top coat, dry really fast. If it's layers of paint, then obviously, you know, you can use UV light or fan or whatever. But that's how the nail looks. See, it's nice. If you look on the barrel, it's not unlifted, you know, everything, not lumpy. So that's the nail. That's how I put on acrylic nails. If you have any questions, comment below. If you like the video, like it. If you want to see anything else, put comments on what you like to see, whether it's a fill, special designs, acrylic mixes, anything like that. Put a comment below. Subscribe. And let me know what you guys think about it. Try to be nice. Don't be mean. But obviously there's going to be some haters out there. But like the video. Tell me what anything. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So thank you for watching. Bye.